Feeding your family should not be a luxury. And yet, every time that we now go to the supermarket, if we get food for a week, I don't know about you all, where you are in the world, but here, for us, 3 people, it is easy a $300 bill. Easy. And we looked at the car all the time, and we buy in bulk. We do pretty much our shopping at Costco. And we always wonder, how can this be this much money? How can it be? We talking about vegetables. We talking about cashews, some pistachios, no candies, no chocolates, nothing like that. Honey, and yet perhaps some eggs. Just regular stuff. We get pee pads for the girls. We get paper towels, baby wipes, but everything is awfully expensive. Olive oil has gone up a significant percentage. So the only thing that it remains the same, not less, the same, is everything that is bad for you. That remains the same. I think and call me, put my team hat on and whatever you want to call it, like conspiracy or whatnot. But I think they leave those food that they're gonna do harm to you. They leave it cheap, so people can go and buy it because they have no other choice, and then get you sick. The thought may be, well, you may not pay for food, or we may not get you on the food, but we're gonna get you on the back end with doctor bills. The more that I see, guys, there's no winning. Our food prices are out of control. Out of control. We have seen shrinkflation. I mean, the packages are getting smaller and smaller. Perhaps the packages themselves are the same size because they want to trick you and fill with air. But what is inside is way less. Prices are going up across the board. Again, except for those things that do you harm. They want to say that they want Americans to be healthy. But healthy food is the most expensive one. If you want to get peppers, if you want to get tomatoes, broccoli, green beans, all of that is 3 times more expensive than the canned goods. How come? When it's in their natural form, the other stuff is processed. Does that make sense to you? Because it sure doesn't make sense to me. They say they want to keep you healthy, but our milk, it's just watered down colored water. That's all it is. There's a huge difference between real milk and ultra pasteurized milk that you get in the market. I mean, I love it how they put it. This is fortified milk. Fortified because you add so much stuff into it, because you ultra pasteurize the thing so much that all you're giving me is dirty water and you have to add vitamins to it. What happened to regular milk, right? So because we want to have good milk, we want to have raw milk coming directly from the cow's udder, we have to pay an exorbitant amount of money because we have to become herd members so we can guarantee good milk. Because at the end of the day, if we don't eat right, we're going to get sick. And if we get sick, well, we're going to end up paying at the back end, like I said before, because the doctors are going to eat you alive. And once you go to the doctor for one toenail, you're going to end up getting that foot amputated. Because I don't know about you all, but I have issues with doctors. I have issues with doctors because doctors here, they don't want you to be healthy. They want you to be in the pill. That's how they get you. Always on the pill. Never for you to be healthy. And food here, especially healthy food, is unaffordable. Forget about good beef. Forget about good chicken. Forget about good fish. If you don't raise your own chickens, you don't go fishing for your own fish, or if you don't buy beef from folks that you know, from farmers that you know that they will feed their cows what is right, not corn, grass fed. Forget about the whole corn fed cows or beef or whatever. That is not natural. Cows are supposed to have grass. The difference between a steak that is grass fed cow and corn fed cow, it is a huge difference. Huge difference. Guys, we can win. No matter what we do, we can win. Now, you will hear folks saying, well, you need to grow your own food. The problem is your location. You may not be able to grow your own food. If you live in an apartment, unless you have a dedicated space and you can grow vertical, you may have some ability to grow via hydroponic. You may supplement a little bit, but you won't be able to sustain yourself long term. There's just not enough space. Plus, you got to understand too that, as I said in my previous video, electricity prices keep going up. Hydroponics needs electricity. So you're lowering your food costs, but your electricity prices going up. They're getting you. Anywhere or everywhere you look, they're getting you. No matter what. If you have the ability, do have a garden. Do grow or try to grow your food if you have the ability. The problem is that the beginning investment is always high. Always. So you have to keep that in consideration. You perhaps had never grown anything in your life. Start small. Don't go up there and invest hundreds, if not thousands of dollars when you had never grown anything in your life. One raised bed. Start with one. The easiest plant to grow. Tomatoes. Cabbages are really easy to grow. Green beans are really easy to grow. Cauliflowers and broccolis are really easy to grow as well. Start small. My favorite one of all, of growing anything, carrots. Carrots to me is one of my favorite ones. Now, the stable prepper crop, potatoes. You put it in there, and you can do it in grow bags. We have done it in grow bags very successfully. We done it on the ground semi-successfully. We got enough for the winter, but not like hundreds of pounds. Raised beds, good. We're going to try this year to do raised beds again because it was good enough. But we ate so much because it was so good. The difference between what you grow and what you buy at the store is such a huge difference that you end up eating more, which is a good thing because it's natural. But at the same time, you will have to grow more. Anyway, guys, food prices definitely are out of control. You can do things to mitigate that. But at the end of the day, space and location dictates pretty much what you can do. When it comes to meat, I will always say this to everyone. Even if you have a small space, quails is the number one. Ranked number one in my list when it comes to sustainable food. You can have a dozen quails. A dozen quails will provide you a dozen eggs every single day, if they are females, of course. You only need one rooster, and they do not take a lot of space. They don't take a lot of food either. They don't take a lot of water. And as long as you have enough light, which you can have with a light bulb, don't need a whole bunch. You don't need to like have them all at once. No, just one light bulb, one, and that's it. Enough daylight. They will give you enough eggs. That light bulb will not make a significant thing on your electric bill at all. So keep those things in mind. Rabbits, you're going to have to deal with the pee, with the food. I don't know. Just to me, quails, if you live in a small space, is key. And if you have more space, then keep adding to it. You can have quails if you live in an area that you are okay to leave them outside. If not, like here in Alaska, it gets really cold. You might as well go with chickens. Just bear in mind the chickens, you're gonna have to wait a little longer because they grow slower. But once they start giving you eggs, as long as you have a light, perfect. And they are very resilient to the cold. So something to consider. Of course, rabbits. You can jump into rabbits if you have the space. Goats are also something to consider. I don't particularly like pigs because they eat too much. And too much eating equals, well, too much fecal matter. And yeah, I just don't like having pigs. But goats are a good option. If you go larger than that, just bear in mind that the larger the animal, the harder they are to deal with. So here's my advice when it comes to that, to animals. Quails, rabbits, if you have the space, chickens, and goats. And those are things to consider in order for you to lower your food bills, because truthfully, food prices are out of control. Anyway, guys, let me know if in your area food prices keep going up instead of going down. I'm curious to know. And with that being said, I hope you have a great one, and I hope to see you in the next one.